Have you heard the African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together? Let's talk about the reality of running a successful design business. Yes, designing can be a lot of fun, right? It's a creative process, but don't get it twisted. Designing is not about sitting on the couch and watching Hallmark Christmas rom-com and knitting and crocheting all day. It can be that, but it's when you start to get into running designing as a business, that's not what it's about. With over a decade working in front as a designer and behind the scenes as a design coordinator for a yarn company and tech editor for major brands, I've seen a lot of what it takes to be a designer that makes an actual living doing what they love, making real, profitable, sustainable revenue. And I'm sharing all that. I'm giving it all away, showing you behind the curtains, right? And I'm sharing all that information. I'm sharing all that behind the curtain information in trainings, in live monthly Q&As, in the private Facebook community we've created for Pattern Partnership. And I've created that space specifically for crochet and knit designers as a place for them to go to share their wins, share what's going on in their businesses, to share when, they're having a difficulty with a pattern or they get a negative review on something. It's a safe space for designers to come together and work together in a more collaborative way, instead of trying to be competitive and to worry about what others are doing, but in a way that is lifting for all of us. So look, I know designing is stressful. Maybe you're overwhelmed right now with designing and trying to make it go at this. Maybe you're about to hit publish on your very first design, which, let me say, congratulations, right? That is major and it deserves to be celebrated. But maybe you're that designer who's about to hit publish on that very first design, and you have no idea how to get testers. You have no idea how to find tech editors. Heck, you might not even know what a tech editor does. Maybe you have a new collection of patterns coming out and you need support around the marketing and promoting. Maybe you just got the rights back to a pattern that was published with a magazine and you're trying to figure out what your next best step is. Maybe you just want to make a few sales each month to be able to buy more than just a cup of coffee, right? I hear you. I've been there. And I've worked with many, many designers and that are just like you. So know that you are not alone. Wherever you are right now, you are definitely not alone. You are not alone in trying to reach that next level of trying to make this thing that you love to do sustainable and profitable, right? But now is the perfect time. Now is the time to get the support of a designer who's been there, who's done all the things that you're thinking of doing and can guide you through. Imagine there is a designer who has made it through this tough terrain and is coming back with a guide to show you exactly what the path is. So you don't have to worry about chopping down vines. You don't have to worry about sand traps or anything like that, because that designer's already taken the route and knows the best path and can give you that shortcut. So you don't have to go worrying about, oh, is there snakes in this path, or is this contract a bad contract, or should I be working with this publication, right? Knowing that someone is there who can help you, kind of bypass some of those icky feelings, so those tricky spots, is what we do at Pattern Partnership. So if that's you, if you're that designer who is stressed and overwhelmed and just can't really figure out how to make a go at this thing, now's the time to get the training to know what to do next. Now is the time to get the community to root for you, right? To share with you when something good happened or something negative happened. The other day we had a designer in our community share, that she got a negative review or a negative comment on one of her patterns. And within seconds, like literally seconds, there were other designers in there, rooting for her and just reminding her how amazing her designs are, how amazing the work that she's put out there is, and not to, let that hold her back. And I think when I was first designing, that is the kind of support I really could have used, right? I could have really used that community of designers who are all going in the same direction, pulling each other along. And that's why I created Pattern Partnership, because I saw that so many of us designers are all working separately and independently, and we're all getting ahead. But I know that with community, with support of like-minded individuals, we can go farther. And that's what Pattern Partnership is. So imagine if you had a rotten day. You got some nasty comment on a pattern from just some person who's just feel emboldened to say nasty things from behind a screen. Imagine waking up to one of those negative comments on one of your patterns. How amazing would it be to have 10, 15, 20 other women, other designers who know exactly what you're going through, to come in and just kind of give you a virtual hug and to remind you that you are an amazing designer and you are worthy of, the praise that you get from other knitters and crocheters of your pattern. And that's what I love about this private Facebook group for Pattern Partnership, is that we are all in there with a goal of collaboration, of lifting each other up. We are not there to drag anyone down and to be nasty and competitive. We know that alone we can go fast, but together we can go far. So if you are a designer, an aspiring designer, and you can use some help with the tactical, concrete trainings, then consider joining Pattern Partnership. If you are a designer who just need that community, that support, that help to figure out that next best step, consider joining Pattern Partnership. And I believe strongly in this group, in this program, because a few years ago I wrote a blog post about the myth that designers can't make money doing this work. And I heard from a few designers that at the time I really looked up to. I still look up to them, but at the time, being a fledgling designer, you know, these were like the heroes of the industry. And I remember one designer writing in and saying that you just can't make a living as a designer, because she was getting food stamp and other social services to help, you know, ends meet. And while that is true, while I do sympathize with her and what she's done and how she's getting by, I also wanted to share in that blog post the other side of the equation, where there are designers who are out here doing work that they love, like I do, and are making a living where we can take care of our families, take care of our kids, send our kids to, you know, summer camps and pay the mortgage, pay the car note, go on vacation when we can do that, right? And I've been able to travel with my family. We've been to Hawaii, we've been to Jamaica a few times, and that's because of the work that I do. And I'm here to say that you don't have to be a phenomenal designer. It's not about, you know, being like the best known designer. You don't have to have 20, 30, 50, 100,000 followers to be able to make a decent living. You just need to be able to build a brand that is you, who is authentic, and a brand that cares about their audience. And that's what we teach also in Pattern Partnership in our trainings. We teach you not how to be a designer, but how to become a brand, a design brand that is sustainable, who show who you really are as a designer. More than just the pattern. It's more than just the stitches. You are providing a service. You are providing a transformation to your audience. When you think about designing and you're thinking about, oh, well, maybe the thing that I'm doing isn't so important, think back to that one design or those few designs that changed your whole life. That's changed who you are right now. Who's changed the trajectory of your life to who you are right now. And think back. If you hadn't, you know, started knitting and crocheting, would you be where you are today? So when we think about, you know, designing and crocheting and knitting, I think of it as having the potential to change lives. Yes, we are not doctors. We are not, you know, medical professions that actually save lives. But I believe that the work that we do has the ability to transform the lives of the knitters and crocheters around us. And that's what we try to do in Pattern Partnership. We try to change the mindset from we're just putting stitches together to make something pretty to, yeah, we are making something pretty, but we're also changing lives. We are creating. We are makers. So if you are considering joining Pattern Partnership, I would really encourage you to give us a try. We open registration on the 22nd of the month. Registration is only open for 5 days. So please come give us a try. Check us out for a month. We are here. Check us out for a month. We are here to support you. And you can find out more about Pattern Partnership at tianconnerton.com/pattern-partnership. Bye for now.